As I was going to say, I can handle a lot of things, but one thing I just can't reconcile or figure out in my mind or wrap my head around is the fact that, he doesn't get to live anymore. There were a lot of things that I wanted to see for her, She had another year or so before high school. Learning how to drive, figuring out what she wanted to do with her life. I was excited to see where she was going, I was really impressed with the person that she was finally growing into.
Again, I know you can't talk about this, but it's like, it almost sounds like you didn't know something had happened to her.
Well, I discovered her, in the state that she was in after everything was said and done. So, obviously I can't get into detail, but no, I was not aware that she had passed on. As you know, I'm up and down throughout the night, and I was not in the room the whole time.
There's one thing in this life that you cannot escape, and that's your own human nature. There's certain things in this life you just, it's just human of you. Like, for example, achievements. When you get an achievement, what do? You want to immortalize that achievement. You want to put up the trophy. You want the plaque. It's just something inside of us that drives us to, kind of want that recognition. It's almost like we know time is special, time is limited, and it's just something for when we grow old, we can always remember that, right? The only problem with this human nature is that it applies for even the sickos in life, like Stephan Stearns, the chomos. When they find their achievement, their trophy, they want to immortalize that. And that's why Stephan Stearns got caught up in the first place, because they found the hard drive with all the images and all the videos, because he sees Madeline Soto, Jen Soto's daughter, as a trophy. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That's the best he could think of. Untainted, all the twisted fantasies that he has in his head. That's the trophy. Now, there's something that comes very closely behind that first need to immortalize the trophy. What comes right behind that is the need to share. You know what I'm saying? There's people who commit terrible crimes, but at the end of it all, they just can't wait to tell the detective. They just can't wait to get on the news and share their story. We had Ed Kemper. We had the John Wayne Gacy. All these guys they just wanted to share. And that's the same thing that's afflicting Stephan Stearns, because we're about to do this phone call. And Stephan Stearns understands that this is recorded. And he understands that what he says is very sensitive and can be used against him, but he cannot help himself. Listen to the first few seconds of this video again. Stephan Stearns cannot help himself. He loved that little girl in all the wrong ways. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and break this call down. And it starts off pretty mellow. They talk about, getting some reading glasses. They talk about commissary, chill things. And then the further on we go, Stephan Stearns creates an entire different story about what happens with Madeline. Remember, Jen Soto sent them upstairs? Oh no, he wasn't even in the room. He was moving around downstairs, and when he found her, she was already cold. I don't know what could have ever happened to her. Listen, guys, these calls are actually crazy. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Hey there.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, the guard just let me know that she's going to need the phone back in about 5 minutes. I think someone else wants to make a call.
Okay.
So this will have to be brief. Probably the last one of the night, but I'll push it till she needs it back.
All right. Well, better than nothing.
Yep. So anyway.
Waiting for you to call back was long.
What's that?
Just waiting for you to call back seemed like forever.
Turn the light on.
Then it just goes by quickly when you talk.
Yep. Same for me. time creeps by when I'm waiting to call back, and then just slides by real quickly when we're talking there. Just like I said, just like my breaks at work, 15 minutes is never quite as long as you think it is.
I hate this man but this guy is such a fucking idiot, bro. Of all people to talk about 15-minute breaks at work, Stephan Stearns, really? The man who could never hold down a job, the guy who's always sleeping, the guy who's always on some type of anxiety drugs. He's talking about like, oh, just like my 15-minute breaks. Remember, Mom? Remember, Dad, when I was such a hard worker? Just like my 15-minute breaks, they would go by so fast. Bro, listen, I've been working since like 17, right? I think we all got a job at like 16 or 17 doing something. Stephan Stearns is the last person on this planet to talk about breaks feeling fast. Bro, a 40-year-old man, ladies and gentlemen, a 40-year-old man. Oh, the 15-minute breaks, they're really not quite enough. Bro, it's kind of interesting if you guys pay attention. He's still trying to make himself seem like we all know who he is. Like his parents know he's a piece of shit who never would amount to anything ever in life. They know this in their hearts. But he still tries to bullshit them a little bit. Like, yeah, remember when I was working hard? And those 15-minute breaks were crazy. It's just like that. Anyways, I just found that kind of interesting. He brought that up while he's in jail for killing a little girl. But let's continue. This call is wild. Let's continue.
Hey, how's your eyes? You need reading glasses?
If I did, I don't know what kind I would need. For now, they serve their purpose. But even my attorneys noticed at some point that I did seem like I had to kind of squint to look at what I was reading.
Okay.
I think it just depends on how tired I am, how strained my eyes are, all that. But yeah.
What do they have provisions there to provide reading glasses, or what?
Yeah,
or can you have reading glasses?
You can get reading glasses off the commissary, actually.
Oh.
Okay, so I want to stop it right there. You can get reading glasses off of commissary, actually. Okay? Stephan Stearns, I think it's like a bug that prisoners get when they go into jail, but he's trying to hustle his parents right now. It's very subtle. I listened to this call a few times just to make sure I'm not crazy, right? There's a lot of subtleties in this call, but this is one of them. He's trying to hustle the shit out of his parents right now because soon after he talks about glasses and commissary and how you can get it, he gives them a price point. And then he gives them another price point. And then he gives them another price point. And it kind of feels like he's trying to siphon money out of them for other means. Okay, but let's move forward. They talk about the prescription, the lens. They talk about all that shit for about 3 minutes. I'm not going to listen to that. Let's get to the price point.
There's no way to make the order and pay for it and then send it back,
Well, what if they don't work? Can you send them back?
He just said he can't.
I don't know how that works. I could ask somebody, but I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll find out. How much are they?
Like $3 or something like that.
$3?
Something like that. I'm not sure.
What are they, like paper 3D glasses?
They're plastic.
Well, yeah, I'm just being facetious.
Yeah, it could be more. They might be $4 or $5 or $6, something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Yeah, could be even $12. I don't remember. I mean, I saw them, but I don't remember how much the price.
Could be even $12. So Stephan Stearns, at least he's good at something. The man's a fucking opportunist, I guess. A shitty one at that. The man said $3. I fully feel like the glasses are $3 to $4, okay? But then he heard his dad's response. He was like, ooh, he seems like he can do better. Well, maybe they're 4, 5, or 6. Yeah, 4, 5, or 6. Maybe it could actually be $12. I can't remember. Maybe I was looking at a Snicker bar that was $3 and the glasses are actually 12. He quadrupled 5 times the price of that shit just because he heard his dad's tone of voice sounding surprised that they were that cheap. Oh, maybe 6. Actually $12. What? Bro, Stephan Stearns is a piece of shit. And this is just the beginning. This is just provisions. We're trying to take care of our little piece of shit chomo son, right? But let's continue. Let's continue. Let's talk about his food intake, because your little buddy boy Stephan Stearns is really hungry. His tum tum is rumbling because they don't feed him enough in jail. But don't listen to it from me. Let's listen to it from him. Let's go.
But hard candies, saltines, and coffee, those have seemed to give me the best bang for money.
Okay. All right.
Chips and things like that, the pickles and all that, it just doesn't last the way you want it to.
Yeah. Okay.
It's hard to have just one per day.
So right now he's talking about commissary. He's like, it doesn't last the way you want it to. It's hard to just have one per day. You know, he's suffering out here. Really suffering, okay? But just to make sure you guys understand, he's talking about making commissary stretch right now.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially with the meals like they are, and, you know, you never feel full after a meal, so you always feel like in your stomach, especially after dinner, because that's around 6 or 7, and then there's nothing else until like 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, and you know me, I'm
well, you've had a
lifetime
of snacking all night long.
Yeah, well, plus my metabolism doesn't help. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's not because of the snacking, Daddy. You know, I have a bad metabolism. It goes really fast, so I get like really hungry. And you know, I need to have my 3 a.m. snack. And in prison, they don't really listen to me, and they don't believe that I have a blood sugar shortage, and I need my little Snicker bar, but they won't give it to me until 6 a.m., so my tummy is rumbling at night. A 40-year-old man, by the way. Holy shit. I think he would even get fucked up in PC. This guy just needs to stay by himself. He would be somebody's bitch in PC, in a gated area of the prison. That's how bad this shit is. The second this man opens his mouth, he's prey. But listen to me, and this is not even a bizarre thing. If he wants to survive, he just has to become somebody's bitch. Simple. That's not even crazy, bro. And I think he would do it. I full-heartedly think that Stephan Stearns would willingly bend over and be someone's bitch to survive. I feel like that those are your only options. Either get on death row because you're protected. We're not sure how the trial will go. Or if you just get life and you're not protected, flock to the biggest, buffest, veiniest man in the yard and just grab onto his pocket, because that's how you'll survive, Stephan, with a voice like that, with a temperament like that. Holy shit. Oh, they don't give you enough food? Let's continue. Holy shit, bro. Let's continue.
It's tough.
Yeah.
When the lights are on, in these pods and suicide watch and medical, the lights are always on overhead, and so they're real bright. So you try to find a way to block it out, and any way you lay is just terrible.
Yeah.
And you get all the debris from the floor that ends up on your mat and your blanket, and it sucks.
I do have to say, out of everything he's bitching and being a pussy about, the lights being on 24/7 has to be some form of torture. It has to be some type of Geneva Convention or some shit against it. Listen, I cannot imagine. I'm a dark sleeper. I can't have light. Well, I mean, sometimes you have to have light, but I prefer not have light in my fucking peripheral. Don't go to jail, guys. That's just the end of the story. The lights are on overhead all the time, 24/7. I would lose my mind. I understand why prisoners like literally start fucking up themselves in jail, because I think I would probably be on par for that as well. Lights are on 7 days a week, 24/7. No, I'm literally about to start ripping concrete off of this wall, or my hands are going to break, one or the other. But don't go to jail. Don't be a Stephan Stearns. Out of anyone who could have gone to jail, the pussiest pussy went to jail. That's just crazy to me. It's a strange world out here. Let's continue.
Yeah. Just really keep hoping that something's going to break in my favor with this trial.
Well, okay.
I have to have hope about something, I have to maintain some sort of hope, otherwise I've got nothing.
If I told my parents I was excited about my trial, I hope so. Not even excited. If I told my parents I hope something breaks in my trial and my dad responds to me, well, okay, that tells me one of two things. One, I'm fucked. And two, that means the parents know this man is guilty as fuck. When you have the father choking up like, motherfucker, you're staying in jail forever. That's what his dad told him. That's what his father told him just now. That means the parents know this fucker is not innocent. The parents know this fucker is guilty out his ass and they're still supporting him. Throw the whole family away. Throw them all away. You know what I'm saying? They're all trash. Every last one of them.
Or that ends up on your mat and your blanket, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Just really keep hoping that something's going to break in my favor with this trial.
Well, okay.
I have to have hope about something, I have to maintain.
I would cry. I would literally cry. Well, okay. Yeah, I would cry.
Some sort of hope, otherwise I've got nothing.
Yeah.
I've always given my guardian angel one hope.
Well, you've been there. You've been there for what? 3 months now?
Yeah, at the end of this month it'll be 3 months.
March, April. Yep, 3 months. So.
Well, like I said, the whole process could take 2 or 3 years before it's concluded. And
Yeah.
I've already been told that if the prosecution is smart, that they'll drag it out as long as they can.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen? Just keep hoping we can find something.
Well, as soon as you get some reading material and we know that arrives safely, then we can arrange for other stuff.
Yep. That will be good, having my own little mini library with stuff that I like to read, instead of just what.
So when they move you from cell to cell, how do you move your stuff?
His dad is trying to save him. That's what's happening. His dad, I'll tell you what's happening right now. His dad knows he's fucked. His dad knows he's guilty. His mom knows he's guilty. They all know that this man is a monster. They're trying to save his soul. I can almost guarantee you that these are religious books they're sending this man. I almost can guarantee it. The way Stephan said he would like to have his own books to read, and then his dad quickly overtalks him. And the way his dad responds to him when he says the trial might work out. The only reason his parents are talking to him is because they're trying to save his soul so he doesn't go to hell. That's what it feels like to me right now. I want to read some of my own books, not just your religious books. They're trying to save their son. They're trying to save his soul. Listen, you can't save this one. I'm sorry. I don't know, man. He likes him young. I think he needs to burn. But let's continue. Let's talk about Madeline. Now, I think Stephan Stearns' parents are fucking morons because I think it's his mom, kind of. It's his dad. It's both of them. They're both morons. And you'll hear them bickering back and forth, shooting little darts at each other. They hate each other. But anyways, that's not the main focus. We start talking about Madeline. They start asking questions and he starts responding. Every time they say she, and every time you hear them refer to her and she's not here, that's Madeline. So listen closely. Really the rest of this call is about Madeline, right? There's like a whole 5 full minutes talking about Madeline when you're not. Hey, remember, we're not going to talk too much about the case. Fucking morons. That goes to show the lawyers don't give a fuck about him. Let's check this out.
Yeah, well, I'll be sure to include it in my Yelp review.
Yeah.
1 star. Accommodations suck. Food terrible.
Yeah. Well, the idea is not to be there, but but too late for that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Stephan, I could never have imagined that we would all be in this situation. I just couldn't. There's no way I could have ever even visualize this. This is awful.
Yeah, me either, to be honest.
Well, I mean, things kind of went sideways, whatever happened with, so you knew that was going to go down a rat hole.
Yeah, well, I never
then,
thought in a million years that she would not be around anymore, so.
Just talking about her openly on a recorded line. I don't know if they don't think that this is going to hit the internet, but I know they're going to see this, and this is going to flood them. This is you guys' fault. You guys are openly talking about this girl on a jail call. Oh, you know, things went sideways with who? I would assume that's Madeline. That little bleep right there. Well, you know, I never really thought she would really not be here. She's just such a wonderful girl. I wanted to see her grow up. She was about to be such a young woman. You know what I'm saying? On the phone, they cannot help themselves. This goes back to what I said in the intro. People like this just need to share. I need you to know this because it's just too good for me just to hold on to myself.
so once that went sideways, whatever happened, you know, that was all she wrote.
Yeah, well, you know, I can handle a lot of things.
What's that?
I said, still has not been heard from except for an interview she did with a newspaper where she told everybody that she did sleep with you guys and she said to sleep with you in the other room.
Oh, okay. Well, as I was going to say, I can handle a lot of things, but one thing I just can't reconcile or figure out in my mind or wrap my head around is the fact that, you know, he doesn't get to live anymore. There were a lot of things that I wanted to see for her, you know. She had another year or so before high school. You know, learning how to drive, figuring out what she wanted to do with her life. I was excited to see where she was going, and I was really impressed with the person that she was finally growing into.
Disgusting. I was really impressed with the person that she was finally growing into. The girl was 12 or 13. She was 13, bro. Bro, listen to me. The girl she was growing into, that's disgusting. You're not her father. You're not her uncle. You are no one. You're impressed with the girl she was growing. She hasn't grown. She's a fucking child. Oh, she was growing into such a young lady. Prison's not gonna be good for him. It's not, and I'm so happy for that.
Well, got a whole lot to talk about. A lot to own up to.
Well, again, I know you can't talk about this, but it's like, it almost sounds like you didn't know something had happened to her.
Well, I discovered her. In the state that she was in after everything was said and done. So, obviously I can't get into detail, but no, I was not aware that she had passed on. As you know, I'm up and down throughout the night, and I was not in the room the whole time. I mean, it's not like you just suddenly feel someone's ghost pass away from them. You know, it's.
This is going to wreck his trial. This is going to wreck his case. This is going to destroy it. I don't see any place in the world where this won't be allowed into evidence. Listen, it's fair game. The man said he wasn't in the room that night. So now we have the situation where Jen, bitch-ass Soto, sends her daughter upstairs with Stephan, and then she passes. But, Stephan wasn't in the room because he's just an anxious guy. He just moves around at night. He just, he wasn't there. And it's not like he could feel her spirit pass on. Bruh. This is gonna send him to jail even harder. He was already going to jail. This is gonna make him go a little bit faster. This is gonna let the jury decide a little bit sooner. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You weren't in the room? Oh, that's convenient. Oh, she just passed on. What was it? Natural causes?
And
So she wasn't even in the same room with you?
well, I mean, she was in the room that I started in, but I'm up and down throughout the night, and I tend to wander around the house and fiddle around on my phone and step out front and feel the nice cool night air and all that. So I was gone from the room for. I mean, obviously, I really can't get into too many details, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't discover what had happened until just around dawn.
Okay. Interesting.
Because I discovered that she was ice cold.
Well, all I can say, Stephan, is that my heart breaks for you because I know that's something that you never would have done and never would have wanted to have done to her.
Damn right.
Neither would we.
Damn right.
I'm angry on your behalf that it happened, and I'm angry that you got dragged into it by them. So I'm just angry.
So something tells me their defense is going to be interesting. The defense is going to be that she was ODing on something, or she passed away because her mom wasn't paying attention to her allergies and she went into Stephan's room and passed on. I call absolute bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of gives us an idea of what the defense is going to be. I feel like maybe, possibly, but this is going to destroy him. These phone calls coming out this early, I don't know if they're not going to be able to be used for evidence. Maybe that's the case. But general public, man, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Because now I don't know what they wrote each other. I don't know how they communicated to where we're not hearing it, but apparently he's told his parents in some form or fashion that he's been pulled into this and he's the innocent guy. I beg to differ. I don't think so. But let's continue it. Man, this guy's a piece of shit. And he knows how to manipulate his mom, and he knows mommy controls daddy. So if I control mommy, I therefore control daddy. Crazy world we live in, folks. You know what you need to do? You need to put him down.
Was there anybody else at the townhome that was not a regular person?
No, which is why I keep saying that I'm not sure that there's any one person honestly to blame, but they're certainly trying to blame me. And according to the autopsy report, like I said, raises a lot more questions, but they seem to be settling on trying to say it's homicide.
Oh, really?
Like
Okay.
it has something to do with bones in her throat, but take that to mean what you will.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But I would never have done anything like that.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the same person that cried when I asked you to dispatch a little bird that broke its neck or something and was flopping around.
Yeah, same person that cares about people, cries at movies.
Yes, I know.
And then there was Skippy.
Skippy, yeah. Rue.
Jaybird.
Jaybird, yep, I remember them all. Burying them was very hard for me.
You know why he wasn't abusing those animals? Is because he was probably fondling them. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Shit. He was probably doing some different trauma. Oh, remember Skippy? Oh, I cry at movies. He's trying to harp in being a pussy to save him. Being a little bitch is not going to save you, bro. I'm sorry. Because just like the king who gets stabbed in the back by his little bitch-ass servant who was all weak and shit, it's the same thing. You can cause damage by being a pussy. You don't have to be some big, strong bully, overtly mean person. You could be Stephan Stearns and be an absolute monster. And that's exactly what he is. Oh, I cry at movies. I'm sure you do cry at movies. And guess what? You're going to cry when Tyrone has you by the fucking hair in that jail cell. Man, listen. So it's a good thing to think about because the shit he was doing, that's all he deserves. Long strokes is what fucking Stephan Stearns deserves. Let's continue.
Yeah.
And,
All I know, Stephan, is when I look at a picture of you and I look into your eyes, I don't see a monster there. I don't see a bad person there. I see my son who I love. That never will change.
Well, thank you. And I know that I'm not a bad person or an evil person or a monster.
No. But you do need to dive into the Bible head first and stay in it, because you need grace and you need God on your side as a warrior on your side.
I keep asking him to help me through this somehow. I know that
And you still?
Nah, he ain't there, bro. He ain't there. Shit. He ain't visited Stephan in a while. He ain't there, big dog. The fuck? I told you they're trying to save him. At the end of the day, they know he's a monster. That's why they're saying they think he's not a monster. Why? Call up my mom. Hey, mom, how you doing? Hey, sweetie, I was just thinking, you're really just not a monster. You would never do anything terrible. I really think you're not a monster. That's not a conversation anybody has with their parents unless they are monsters. You know what that is? That's cope. That's coping mechanisms right there. The fuck?
You still don't have a Bible?
I have a Bible. I have a King James version.
Okay. Well, we're looking into getting your large print Bible. So I want to make sure that this delivery gets to you, and then I can order one from the publisher and get it to you, large print, so you won't need glasses.
Well, hopefully it
sure.
does.
Thanks, Dad.
We have no idea how often they pick it up or how long it'll take to get here and get sorted and get delivered, if it does at all. But I haven't received any written notification of anything being returned yet, so.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll judge it from there, and so we'll just make sure that we're timing this right. So the Bible will occupy the majority of your time.
Yep, I keep praying to God for help, for some kind of miracle. I mean, I know I've probably run up my divine credit as far as miracles go, with my guardian angel and God working in overtime to keep me alive as long as they have. But
this has to be some sort of blasphemy, right? It has to be, right? It kind of feels nasty with him talking about his angels, and it almost feels like how I talk to my mom. Like, no, it feels disgusting. You don't got no fucking guardian angels. The fuck, bro, what, man, I'm not here to judge nobody. I am judging. Fuck that guy. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm hoping for a divine miracle. There's no miracles going on for you, buddy. No miracles. You know what the miracle is going to be? Them volts of electricity passing through your body. I can't even speak. That's going to be the miracle. It's going to be the miracle of science exploding through your organs. Fuck. One could hope.
I keep hoping for one more big miracle, one big salvation, and
Have you got some way to keep a journal of notes that you would take from reading the Bible?
I can get a pad of paper off the commissary, and I can get more pens and stuff too. I think my commissary is about -$10 by this point, but I know I can get a pad of white ruled paper off of there.
Okay. So do I need to replenish the commissary yet, or wait?
If you want to, yes.
That's what he wanted
I'm
to
not going to
hear.
use it on snacks, just on essentials for now.
That's what he wanted to
All right,
hear.
how much do I need to put in?
$50.
Okay. All right.
It's going to be dropped down to 40 like immediately.
Okay. All right.
We're about to get
Well,
cut
we're
off.
just about out of time.
Yep, I'll talk to you later. I love you both.
Love you. All right.
Bye.
Imagine coming together in your living room to talk to your chomo son who's still sucking the money out of your soul until death do us part. And it's not the marriage, it's you and your fucking child. Disgusting, bro. Disgusting behavior, disgusting life, disgusting legacy. The name Stearns, listen, if there's any Stearnses out there, do real good, because your family name is looking a little fucked right now. Okay? To all the Stearnses out there, make sure them kids do good in school, check their computer. Don't even give them no computers, okay? They can figure that shit out at 15. The family line is looking kind of crazy to all the Stearnses, y'all. So, you know, stay strong out there. This is not the end of the Stearns family line. This is just Stephan. Please learn from your mistakes. Let's try to figure this shit out. But anyways, folks, I'll see you guys later. There's a lot more phone calls. So listen, call number 2, already talking about the wonderful woman Madeline Soto would have been. Outrageous, but I'll see you guys soon. Stay tuned, man. I'm out. Peace. Subscribe, by the way. Shit, if you like the video, hit that goddamn subscribe button. All right, now I'm actually out. All right, bye. Peace.